What is it, Christopher?
It's just a dislocated shoulder.
It's just dislocated.
No, we did everything we should have. I was gonna say, I wish I had just asked one of the other racers to just pump me.
We didn't know what it was, but now we know. So you see how the nurse asked, she's like, oh, is this like, you know, you do that often? like it's nothing. Apparently a lot of people have came in here because of the monkey bars at the Spartan Race.
This place.
Yeah.
This place. This isn't even a place that the tent recommends going. The tent recommended going to that ER, so they must have had tons of people over there.
Yeah. But this is quicker than going to an ER. We could be waiting like 8 hours because the elderly go first. So we did it. Just a dislocated shoulder where they're going to pop it back in and slap them on the back and say, good job.
So close, huh? I would have had it.
Next time, baby.
So it's been about 3 days since the shoulder injury, and it's been a really slow recovery. It's been really painful. It's because I'm supposed to immobilize it, you know, sling it up, and I do as much as I can, but, you know, gotta work. So I've just been putting a lot of pressure on my elbow with my left arm and just doing the best I can. But once I finish up all these commissions, I'm gonna stop. But we're going to be doing some left-handed wall murals once I'm all caught up. So I'm actually working on, this is the last commission I have lined up. So here, let me see if I can show you this. So, fuck. So this person, they want themselves drawn as Vegeta. Looks a little wonky right now, but once I finish shading it in and deepen it out, deepen the colors, it'll look better. But yeah, this is to somebody who goes to my gym, and it's cool because I have a lot of really, really high-end athletes that are at the gym that I go to, and as soon as they found out I was an artist, that just broke the ice. We talk about anime, we talk about mainly Dragon Ball, because, you know, Dragon Ball is such a strong influence, especially at this point. Everyone around my age, because I'm 30, everyone around my age, you know, grew up with Dragon Ball and such a huge influence on, you know, them wanting to be stronger and being athletic. My brother is a professional powerlifter. Dragon Ball, specifically Goku, one of the biggest influences he has to, you know, be stronger and be better. So it's just really fascinating that, like, these people that you don't think would be into this nerdy shit are. Anyway, I'm going to finish this up, and then I'm going to go deliver it to the guy at the gym. And then right after that, I have to go speak at Fresno State College. So that's what's going on today. And shit, I gotta take my medicine right now. But all right, we're gonna finish this, and we are gonna get started with the rest of the day. So you guys had to do a social media paper. What did you guys have to do on that?
Basically just give like the pros and cons, how does it benefit the artist for whatever website we were supposed to do.
Oh, so you like picked
research on.
Oh, so like some of you had Instagram, some of you had like DeviantArt.
Yeah,
okay.
DeviantArt, Patreon, Twitch, YouTube.
Did you get? No, but so just a little bit about me. I am a full-time illustrator. I travel to conventions, anime, comic book, video game conventions. Really active on social media. Almost every weekend I'm at a convention. Weekdays I do commissions, so that's why I was interested when you guys said you were doing social media stuff, because that's how I get all my private work. But yeah, other than that, I had a whole presentation, but I couldn't carry it with one hand. So now I think I'll just answer any questions you guys have about maybe social media or freelancing.
Slowing down on the convention stuff?
Yeah, the thing about doing conventions full time is it has a real physical, wears you down physically. Not like this, but like so I'm no, so I decided to slow down because it really cut into my drawing time. So I'm taking a bit of a pay cut this year, but I'm just like, what am I going to do? You know, I can't. If I'm not producing any new work, ultimately I'm not going to make any money in the future if I'm not producing new stuff. So this year, I have like probably 40 sketchbooks that I finished that I'm picking out of, and I'm going to be producing a sketchbook. So I started the process of picking out what I want to put in it, and I've contacted like distributors. So hopefully I can have that sketchbook printed around April time, hopefully. No, exercise, I agree with that.
Yeah, because physical burnout is one thing and mental burnout is another. And those two can hit you if you don't take care of yourself. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about Fanime? I was working on so was it 2017? You know, Fanime is one of the biggest anime shows you could sell at because you can make a lot of money at that show. It's 4 days. It's up in San Jose. Around.
Weekend every year.
Yeah. So I was so hyped. I got an artist table there, and I was working on a project. I was trying to get it done. And when I get into my project mode, I usually am like an impossible person to deal with. Like I average 3 hours of sleep, and I pen about 16 to 18 hours a day when I'm trying to get a particular project done. So I didn't get it quite done. I ended up waking up like at the end of the day after the first day of Fanime, and I was like, oh, I lost a whole day of sales. Yeah. And then last Anime Expo, I did almost the exact same thing. Anime Expo is another really big show. So if you miss these really big shows, if you miss a day of sales, that's like thousands of dollars that you're missing out on. So, so
Again, learn from your elders.
yeah, you're gonna be tempted to just like grind out, and you know what? It's pretty hypocritical of me to say not to do that because a lot of my success has come from me just like sleep depriving and just outworking the other people that were gonna be there. It's not healthy, for sure, but it would be so hypocritical of me to say not to.
It's not durable long time.
That's true.
Because when you're young, you can go, but you can't keep that up. So you have to learn a healthy balance because otherwise, yeah.
But you never know where your limit is unless you go there.
So then I guess this is kind of and I guess this would be kind of a question for both of you then. Mm-hmm. How did you guys find a balance, if you have a balance at all?
I don't have a balance. Once you start getting into the, whether you go industry or freelance, once you start getting into the field, I think one of the things to watch out for is, because there's so many more artists now, boy, you're going to run into a lot of assholes. Like they're going to run into a bunch of liars. And it's like that with every field. But I've worked in, a few different fields. Man, it is really bad among artists. Like they all just... I have...
Conventions or...
In general. Yeah. But for example...
I can understand conventions because it's all about money.
But just in general, it's worse with conventions, absolutely. But, so for example, one of my friends, he stopped posting, because like what we like to do is, here's a list of all the cons we'll be at this year so you can come and find us, And he stopped posting the cons that he's going to be at because somebody told him that if you do that, other artists are going to know where the good shows are. So don't put up a list of where you are so other artists don't know which ones to sign up for. And it's kind of messed up because he's like my friend, and I was just like, what the fuck's your problem? Like, grow up, I'm just like, so that's just one small example, but you're going to run into that all the time. And I think just don't participate in that kind of behavior. I have had artists who come up to me, they walk up to my table. Sometimes it's people, like newer artists, they're like, oh, thank you for the vlogs. I built my thing around your advice kind of thing, which to me is really special. I like that because I'm just an idiot talking in front of a camera most of the time. But, boy, I get artists who come up to me and they're just like, why are you telling people about I had someone who was mad that I told people about the night markets.
Why? It's there. It's public knowledge.
I don't know.
Yeah,
well, that's...
Figure it out.
There's a freaking event.
Yeah, if they Google search hard enough, they'll find it. And I'm just like, I just cut out a little step. And I'm just like, when I started, nobody was doing that. Nobody had the vlogs out telling them which show is good, which one's bad.
Artists are
well, it's yeah, it's the concept of they want the concept of wanting the biggest building only because you stopped everyone from building other ones, instead of just building the biggest building. And to clarify, I'm not saying everyone needs to be some kind of like altruist or something. Just like, don't go out of your way to try and screw people over is basically what I'm... Time? Okay, there you go.
Hopefully that was informative for you guys.
To be completely honest, yeah, I am very disappointed that I did not get my medal for that race because I had to disqualify. You know, I play it back in my mind and I'm like, could things have gone differently? Could I have popped it back in a third time and just kept on going? But the more I think about it, you know, it happened the way it happened and it kind of doesn't matter. And it's really unhealthy to dwell on that kind of thing. And these types of races, they're a lot of just fun for some people, but I took it on as kind of a way to manage with feeling like I'm getting older. I just kind of really wanted to test myself and see how much I had left in the tank. And in all honesty, even though I didn't walk away with a medal, I didn't finish, I trained really hard for it. I dieted down really hard for the race, and I did that while I was managing the drawing, while I was managing the business, and everything was still going very smoothly. So I was able to find a balance where I was still able to produce, but was still able to get in the shape that I needed, because I felt physically prepared for everything. None of the obstacles were that difficult for me. Running wasn't difficult for me. I trained to the proper amount, and the only thing that I wasn't prepared for was an injury. So I didn't walk away with a medal this time, but I'm actually pretty happy with the results that I got. And there's always next time. I'm gonna get that medal next time, but I am disappointed, but at the same time, I'm not gonna dwell and I'm not unhappy with the result. You're gonna be tempted to just like grind out. And you know what? It's pretty hypocritical of me to say not to do that, because a lot of my success has come from me just like sleep depriving and just outworking the other people that were gonna be there. It's not healthy, for sure, but it would be so hypocritical of me to say not to. That's true. But you never know where your limit is unless you go there.